Hey, welcome to the weekly wrap, only on KENS 5 Plus. I'm your host, Audrey Castoreno. Let's get you up to date on some of the biggest stories of the week. At number 5 in our countdown, an update on the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Cole Allen is now facing federal charges, including attempted assassination of President Trump. Investigators say he traveled from California to D.C. and brought multiple firearms into the hotel before the attack. He made his first court appearance Tuesday, but did not enter a plea. Officials say more charges could be coming as the investigation continues. The Trump administration says Saturday's shooting is a legal justification to restart construction on the president's proposed ballroom. At number 4 in our countdown, residents in North Texas are cleaning up after deadly storms and a pair of tornadoes tore through several communities over the weekend and this week. Footage shows the extent of the destruction, with homes reduced to rubble in the hard-hit town of Runway Bay. The National Weather Service says an EF2 tornado there produced winds of at least 135 miles per hour, scattering debris for miles. At least 20 families have been displaced there. Other states were hit hard as well by those severe storms. At number 3 in our countdown, Camp Mystic backing down from plans to reopen this summer. The move comes after emotional testimony days ago at the state capitol. Testimony from the family who owns the all-girls Christian camp revealed missed chances to evacuate campers, poor training, and a lack of planning. Several lawsuits have been filed against the camp after 25 campers and 2 counselors were killed in the floods last July. Meantime, the Department of State Health Services and Texas Rangers are continuing their investigation into the camp. In health news, when was the last time you saw your doctor or even had a conversation with your doctor about cancer screenings? As KENS 5's Jeremy Baker reports, fewer people are getting screened for deadly forms of the disease, and experts say the numbers need to be moving in the other direction.
Nobody wants to find out they have cancer, but taking that first step in getting screened is the best way to find out if you have a clean bill of health or to catch a disease early so you can do something about it before it's too late.
Well, sometimes we just want to say, oh, I don't want to know, I don't want to deal with it. If you have to deal with it, then you want to find out as early as possible for the best chance at healthy outcomes.
So why are people not getting screened? The Prevent Cancer Foundation's 2025 Early Detection Survey found 1 in 3 adults who worry about routine cancer screenings worry because of the cost. That is up from just 1 in 4 just 1 year prior.
We want to make sure that is clearly communicated. In most cases, routine cancer screenings are covered by insurance, often at no cost to the patient. So that includes private insurance, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Another reason people reported being behind on screenings, they are skeptical of the healthcare system. In fact, 1 in 7 people say that's why they aren't getting screened.
People getting conflicting information or confusing information about what they need to do. So there really is an important need for us to provide simple and trustworthy information for people being willing to take action.
If you are behind on your cancer screenings, the first step is talking to your family doctor.
You go through and say, what are the cancer screenings I need and when? And you do want to talk about your family history.
For more results from the Early Detection Survey and for more life-saving information about these life-saving cancer screenings, head to the story on KENS5.com. In the studio, Jeremy Baker, KENS 5.
Don't miss out on those screenings. The weekly wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
A broken vehicle fixed after 5 months of no help.
KENS 5 made it 100% better.
A busted windshield fixed after getting the runaround from a contractor.
And you guys did it. Y'all were amazing.
A much-needed tax refund this man couldn't access. Yep, fixed.
KENS 5 actually helped me out quite a lot, actually.
Have a consumer problem you can't solve? Call KENS. Weekdays at 6 on KENS 5.
Got a problem, call KENS. They will solve the problem.
My name is Sue Kalberg, and I am a journalist for KENS 5 for 22 years. I think it's been an awesome privilege to be able to work in the town that I grew up in. My uncle, Rex Stanley, was the very first guy hired at KENS 5. From the beginning, I said, you can get paid for that? Let me in. It fills my heart to be a part of the KENS family, because the KENS family is the San Antonio family.
I am San Antonio's own Sue Kalberg.
We want to get to breaking news right now.
Here, let me show you the police activity. New insight into a deadly police shooting.
We just got an update from fire officials. We'll continue to keep you updated.
Stream extended coverage, live or on demand, right here on KENS 5+.
Welcome back. At number 2 in our countdown, the state's newly redrawn congressional maps can stay permanently. The Supreme Court overturned a lower court's ruling Monday. The justices sided in favor of Texas Republicans who changed the boundaries at President Trump's request to give the GOP 5 more House seats. Back in November, a lower court ruled the maps were racially gerrymandered to disenfranchise black and brown voters. The Supreme Court stepped in and allowed those maps to stay for the primary election in November. The ruling maintains those newly drawn lines for the midterms and future elections. A Bulverde couple lost everything they owned in a house fire last weekend, and recently their circumstances have gotten even worse. In the last few days, Gary Gassman became a widower. KENS 5's Simone Simpson has his story as he tries to rebuild his life from the ground up.
I know the shock, I know the realization of everything is gone. But then it takes, I think, several days before the realization sets into an emotional standard. And that's kind of where I am this morning.
On the night of April 18th, 56-year-old Lucy and 85-year-old Gary Gassman lost their home in a fire that lasted hours. Luckily, the couple wasn't home.
You can see completely through the house. There's nothing. I mean, it's down to the ground and that's it.
Their neighbors stepped in to help them with shelter, but the couple's circumstances quickly became dire. A few days ago, Lucy had a medical episode and collapsed. She was taken to the hospital, where she passed away.
Gosh, just an angel on earth. She got along well, but people just loved her. She was the center of life and laughter and excitement.
The couple was married for more than 20 years. They lost 4 dogs in the blaze: Lady, Goofy, Bear, and Chimina.
And she was just a blessing to everybody, to not only the people she worked with, the people that she knew, and also her family.
According to Bulverde Spring Branch Emergency Services, crews got a call about a significant fire on the 5200 block of White Wing Drive Saturday, April 18th, just after 8. The preliminary report goes on to say, after firefighters confirmed no one was occupying the home, they extinguished the blaze 7 hours later with the help of other agencies like Canyon Lake, Bergheim, and Bear Bulverde fire departments. Gary suspects lightning could have been a factor.
Well, right below where that door is was the water heater. Well, of course, it's propane. And so if that's where the fire was, it seemed as though something happened. Lightning possibly struck somewhere there, and that energy ignited. I don't know if it hit the house directly or what.
What Gary is certain of is the overwhelming support from the community through the GoFundMe launched by his neighbors, which has left Gary nearly speechless.
From my heart is an outpouring of not only thankfulness, but gratefulness, but love.
As I mentioned earlier, neighbors have launched a GoFundMe to help Gary. If you'd like to support him in this unimaginable time, go to our site at KENS5.com where you'll find a link. Reporting for KENS 5, I'm Simone Simpson.
And our thoughts and prayers are with Gary. Our weekly wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia, generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
Talked to this police officer, and she told me to call KENS 5.
Every week, KENS 5 is looking out for San Antonio's own.
The next day after you left, they sent a professional AC guy, and my AC's working now.
If you've been wronged by someone,
it was shocking. Clearly something went wrong.
Or a business,
I couldn't believe it was happening.
Just call KENS. Weekdays at 6, only on KENS 5.
I got my vehicle back. I'm rolling again, so call KENS 5 to help you if you need help too.
Born and raised on the northwest side of San Antonio, Texas. Generations of my family have been from this part of Texas. I have Fiesta roots, I have Spurs roots, I have Texas Fighter roots. Played basketball at Clark. Basketball was a huge part of my life for 16 years. My comfort dish, a plate of chilaquiles with salsa verde. I grew up watching KENS 5. I am who I am because of this beautiful city. I hope that they can find a sense of pride knowing that their creation is helping deliver them the most important news of the day. I'm Alicia Nieves, and I'm proud to be from this beautiful city.
If you want a meal that will make you say,
so good!
That is fantastic.
Catch Neighborhood Eats, where we find the best local restaurants. Streaming now on KENS 5 Plus.
Hey, welcome back. We just wrapped up Fiesta, and the Party with a Purpose always brings so much color, culture, and creativity. At Sotomayor High School, students have been serving it up in the most delicious way. We're talking about handmade Fiesta medals inspired by a San Antonio favorite that you may even have in your kitchen right now. KENS 5's Alicia Nieves has this story.
Come on in.
Inside the ALE classroom at Sotomayor High School, it's Fiesta in full swing. These students are crafting handmade Fiesta medals designed to look like tiny boxes of vermicelli noodles.
It says vermicelli, but we call it fideo, like fideo loco.
Every medal gets its own little touch. Students glue and decorate the boxes just right.
So I can make it look flat, and that way it can look like the regular medals.
It's their way of spreading love and Fiesta energy.
It brings joy to people, and it makes people happy.
And they work fast.
You make 100 a day?
ALE teacher Gina Montemayor says the idea comes from comfort and culture. Her mom is a fabulous cook.
I did not get that skill from her, but I tried to take it a little different twist to it.
That twist became art. At another table, the creativity keeps cooking. Giant cardboard tacos, layered just right with all the fixings.
They're doing taco piñatas, miniature taco pins also.
Every project has a bigger purpose.
They learn group work, they learn team enterprising together. They develop all of those positive skills needed out in the workforce.
And while students handle the designs, Montemayor is working behind the scenes.
You know, at night, I'm spray painting little matchboxes, taking out the matches, doing all the grand preparations that are needed.
While these creations may be small, the impact is anything but.
A lot of times they get overlooked, but their talents are very.
Because here in this classroom, Fiesta is more than a party.
The Mexican food and everything. And parades.
It's connection.
We're a team. Yes, we can.
It's culture. It's confidence.
They're able to show San Antonio anything is possible.
Happy Fiesta, go Spurs, go.
We love that energy, and what a unique story. All right, and wrapping up our countdown at number 1, Go Spurs Go! The Silver and Black closed out the first round of playoffs with a victory over the Portland Trail Blazers. It's the team's first playoff series win since 2017. The Spurs came into Game 5 at the Frostbank Center with confidence as they led the series 3-1. So they quickly dominated and were eventually up by 28 late in the second quarter. But the Blazers, they didn't give up and started to close the gap in the fourth by 9 points, all before the Spurs rallied and closed out the game, sending the Blazers home 114-95. The Spurs will play the Minnesota Timberwolves in the semifinals. Those games will start here in the Alamo City. Well, thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the Weekly Wrap, only on KENS 5 Plus. Be sure to join us next week. Bye, guys.